My name is Ebony Goodrich, and I am a light guardian with Mystic Temple. Today, I want to talk to you about self neglect. And the title of this piece is something I like to call the art of self neglect, because there is an art to it. There is an art to it, and we've been conditioned from birth to perfect this particular type of art. We are shown through our parents, especially through our mothers, how important it is to sacrifice yourself for the greater good of everyone else. Now, I didn't have a lot of money growing up. And when my mom and dad got divorced, we were broke. We were poor. And, my mom worked every single day, sometimes two jobs. And there was a point where she would say that she wasn't hungry as she fed us. She didn't eat in order to have enough to feed her kids. Imagine that. Imagine going hungry because you don't want your children to be hungry. I often tell people that there were times where we would eat cereal for dinner. And my sisters and I thought that that was just, oh my God, we get to eat cereal for dinner. We get to eat cereal every day. We are such lucky kids. My mom couldn't afford anything else. Cereal and milk were cheap, and she was able to feed us that. She couldn't afford anything else. We didn't know that then. I know it now. I see the sacrifices that she made just to keep us alive. You know what I'm saying? And mothers do that. Mothers sacrifice everything. They sacrifice themselves. They sacrifice their time. They sacrifice their health. They sacrifice their money. They sacrifice everything for their children. And if they're married, they're sacrificing everything for that man or that woman. You know what I'm saying? So we are shown at a very young age what sacrifice looks like. And we are taught that sacrifice is noble, that it makes you a good person, that it guarantees your place in paradise or it guarantees your place in heaven. Because when you sacrifice for the greater good, that just means that you're a wonderful person. And if you don't sacrifice, you are seen as selfish. And that's the way it's been probably since the beginning of time. You're seen as selfish if you're not sacrificing. Today, I kind of dreaded even doing this talk because I'm tired. I've been tired all week. I have a job, I have a hustle, and between the two of them, I've been exhausted. But today I took off a little bit of time, maybe an hour from my normal 9 to 5. I said, hey guys, I'm going to walk away for about an hour. I'll be back. I walked down to the neighborhood pool. I jumped in the pool, did some exercises, swam a couple of laps. And when I finished doing that, I felt so rejuvenated. I felt so alive. And it's because I had done something for me. That was for me. That was for me to be able to relax my mind. That was for me to be able to relax my body. That was for me to be able to exercise my knees and make them feel a little better because I got some old ass knees. But it was for me. It wasn't for anything else. And after I had done that, I was like, wow, I took a shower. I washed my hair, put this little dress on and washed my face and stuff. And I was like, I'm ready to record this video because taking care of myself today inspired me to talk about you and the ways that you need to be taking care of yourself. And a lot of people think self-care is just, oh, it's self-care Sunday. I'm going to soak in the tub. I'm going to put some bubbles in the tub. I'm going to listen to some music. I'm going to read a book. Yeah, that is self-care. That's time that you're taking out of your schedule to take care of yourself. But self-care is also taking care of your soul. Self-care is also taking care of your health. Self-care is just, there's a bunch of things that describe it. And when we talk about taking care of ourselves, we rarely mention taking care of our minds, our spirits, our bodies, our souls. We're just talking about that aesthetically pleasing, oh, I'm going to take my obligatory picture with my toes in the bathtub or my toes on the beach type of thing. And that, That is self-care, but it's not the end all be all to self-care. What if I told you that if you just took 10 minutes a day to just breathe, to just breathe? Because we don't do that enough. I can tell you that all week I've been walking around like this. Didn't even know it until I decided to just stop and breathe. And what happened when I decided to do that? Those shoulders came down. Bunch of us walking around with our shoulders all the way up in our ears. And if that triggered you, it's because I'm talking to you. We're walking around with our shoulders up to our ears. We're walking around holding our breath. We're walking around in survival mode. You don't have to do all that. Take 10 minutes out of your day. And you can split those minutes up if you need to. Take 2 minutes in the morning, take 5 minutes in the afternoon. You can split it up. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes all at once if you don't have those 10 minutes to spare. But you need to be just taking those moments. We call them mindful minutes. Take a few mindful minutes a day and just feel your shoulder drop. Feel your spine slightly relax. You know, relax into what you're sitting on, what you're laying on, what you're resting on. Those few minutes a day can mean everything. Because just imagine if someone who went out and they're so stressed out and they're so angry and they come out and they just do something violent. They punch somebody in the face or slap somebody upside the head. Just imagine if they just took a deep breath before that happened. Sometimes if you just take that deep breath, you're not going to go off the way you want to go off on somebody. I'm in menopause and I can attest to that because sometimes I really want to go off on people. Yesterday, case in point, because menopause can't make you stupid. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store, came home, and my husband was in the kitchen. He was cooking. And I stood there for a moment and I was like, wow, he's in here cooking. And really, I want to cook dinner. He's in here playing. I want to cook dinner. And I found myself getting kind of mad. Like, if this dude don't get out my damn way so I can cook dinner. And I walked away, walked into my bedroom, and I sat on my bed for a moment because I'm fuming. I'm fuming. It's irrational. I am fuming. And I take this deep breath. Oh, geez Louise. And then I hear my spirit talking to me. My spirit was like, Ebony, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, you do realize that that man is in there making you a German chocolate cake. You get mad at him because he's in your way while he's making you a German chocolate cake. German chocolate cake, Ebony. You want to make quesadillas for dinner? Great. But he's making a German chocolate cake that you get to eat for dessert. Why are you mad? Why are you mad? Take those deep breaths. Those deep breaths are self-care. And not only are they self-care, they're also care for other people around you, because a lot of times if we just took a deep breath and thought about what we were doing or what we were about to say, we wouldn't do it. We wouldn't say it. Okay. But let's get back to sacrifice, because that's what this talk is about. And I'm straying off course, but this is about self-sacrifice and the ways that we've been conditioned to believe that, that it's okay. And it's not okay. It's absolutely not okay, because when you see people snap, people are snapping because they're taking care of everybody and they're not taking care of themselves. People are snapping because they're out here taking care of everybody and they have actually trained everybody around them to depend on them. I have trained my entire family to depend on me. Well, then who do I depend on? Because if I have to depend on me also, it's not going to happen. If I have to depend on me, oh my God, I can't imagine having to depend on myself for my well-being. Even though I feel like it's good enough for everybody else to depend on me, why don't I deserve the love, affection, attention that I give to everybody else. Think about that for a moment. Why don't you deserve the love, affection, attention, the care that you give everybody else? Why do you think you don't deserve that? I'm going to let you sit with that for a second and play the Jeopardy music while you think about that. Why don't you feel like you deserve what you give to everybody else? Why don't you think that you deserve to give that to yourself? It's because you've been taught not to. Because you do deserve it. You are worthy. I don't care if you're a man or a woman or a child, you are worthy of taking care of yourself. And let me tell you something, and I can tell you this from experience. If you don't take care of yourself, who are all those people who depend on you going to turn to when you're gone? Because stress will kill you. Okay? Being burnt out can make you go crazy. Okay? And you can put yourself in such a debilitating position with your health that you absolutely are not capable of taking care of anybody else. Who are those people going to depend on if they can't depend on you? Now they got to depend on themselves. And they start depending on themselves, and you're looking at this, and I'm in here in poor health, and I'm realizing everybody is going on with their life, and they're able to rely on themselves. And I'm just sitting here, I've sacrificed everything. I've sacrificed me. Take care of yourself. Because I tell you a little story. I remember one day I needed to talk to my daughter. And I called her, and she didn't answer the phone. So I went to send her a text, and it said that she had notifications turned off. And I was like, wow. She turned off her notifications. She don't want to be bothered. What does that feel like? She set some boundaries. Oh. Because I remember my daughter calling me and I didn't answer the phone, and then she calling me right back, be like, Mommy, where you been? How come you didn't answer the phone? And me, oh girl, I'm so sorry, baby. I was in the tub, blah, blah, blah. I was doing this and I was doing that. And I'll make sure I answer the phone next time. No, my daughter set them boundaries. Notifications are off. She didn't even know I called. Didn't care that I called. Because she was taking care of herself. And I'm going to tell you right now, the people who rely on you, they will take care of themselves, because guess what? They have the time to do it. They have the time to do it because you doing everything else. That's the art of self-care. And the art of self-neglect is convincing yourself that everybody needs you. Nobody can do shit without you. You are wrong. You are wrong. And I could talk about this all day long, but you see what I'm talking about. You see where I'm coming from. Okay? And so I'm just going to close this out with a little guided meditation. Okay? So just take that deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Close your eyes. And just imagine yourself free of any and all obligations. Imagine the joy that it would bring you to complete a task, not for someone else, but a task for yourself. Think of that hobby that you've been putting off. Go buy yourself a new dress, buy yourself a new pair of shoes, buy yourself some jeans. Get those J's you've been wanting. How great would it feel to not have to think about everybody else before you thought about yourself? Just take that deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And I'm just going to place a wave, just an ocean wave above the top of your head. This is a wave of relaxation and a wave of peace And this wave is just going to flow down your body, over your head, down into your forehead, over your eyes, just down throughout your face, down through your throat chakra, opening that up so you can verbally set those. Relaxes that relaxation, slides down your spine, bends out across your shoulders and down to your arms and to your fingertips. It circles your chest cavity and places a burst of joy, self-love in your heart. Sliding down into your pelvis and your thighs and your knees and your ankles. And just sliding up under the soles of your feet. And this is a wave of relaxation, self-care, and self-love. Slides up and down your body. Understand that you are worthy of your love. You are worthy of your special care. You are worthy of your attention. And you are worthy of all the great things that you do for others. You've done enough for yourself. You can do things for yourself. You can take care of your health, your spiritual and mental well-being. You are worthy of the care that you give to everyone else. That is when you take a deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth. And I want those shoulders to drop. And I want you to open your eyes. And I want you to say, I am worthy. And I am no longer a master of self-neglect. I am going to now start practicing the art of self-care. Thank you, everyone. That has been my time. Thank you for spending it with me and allowing me to spend it with you. Namaste.
If you are new here, please subscribe, like, depending on what channel you're on, please follow, subscribe, like, whatever it is based on where you are. Yes, and make sure you share this with other people so that they're aware of all the wonderful information that the Cosmic Collective Consciousness is giving out to people. If you have someone that you know that is interested in this stuff, you have someone that you know that would really benefit from these messages, please forward this, please share the channel, the podcast, wherever you're listening to this or watching this. Please share. And don't forget to go to MysticCircleTV.com.
The chains we wear are made of it, invisible but everywhere. Break the lock with a single dare. Freedom's calling, do you care? Who says the sky is the edge? Not me, not me. Who says the earth has to end at the sea? The sea. Uncage your mind.